beginning with ISA years and years ago, I had started working on a TV pilot. I worked with Max Tim, and it was called Juke, and it was a passion project. I saw it as 8 episodes, like a 8-bar blues, because it's based on the blues. And from that, I almost said it was 8 years ago. It was probably 10, maybe it was 12 years ago. So it was that long. But I worked with him and I got lots of meetings from it. I placed like in Final Draft and Page and some of the biggies and some of the fellowships. I got, a fellowship to talk about it. So that was really great. And it's one of those kind of success stories that lingers because now, so many years later, I had put it away and someone out of the blue had seen it and thought it was really cool. So I've kind of resurrected it and I'm thinking now about turning it into a feature because I have a feeling, I mean, just with the state of the industry now, television is so hard and difficult and they're not really buying those limited series things, but this person saw potential and I've reread it a few times. So I'm really excited about it again for it to be success upon success. I work on more than one thing at once anyway. Like I can't sit and write something. So that was festering for a long time. And I finally said, I'm just going to sit down. I'm going to write it. And I started to write it and I started to work with ISA about it. And there were a few times I thought, wow, this is really good. And then somebody else would read it and be like, did you know? And then I thought, oh, wow, this is not very good. But the one thing I kept hearing over and over is you've created a really cool world. Like your world is a character. And that not only for that project had helped me, but it really helped me define my voice because I love world building as character. And that now defines a lot of what I'm working on. So through the years, I revised it a few times and it got to the point where I really felt it was really strong. And it was absolutely because of other people looking at it. Like to live in a vacuum, I don't know how people can do that. Like ISA has been really great that way to just like, not just, I mean, all of you guys are great, but also the other writers that I've met, like perspectives that I didn't think of, or just sounding boards. A lot of reading, deciding where I thought the project would go, because that was really important. I heard over and over again, like, just don't throw it out there. Like, you really need to know who you're talking to. So I'm an avid reader of the trades, podcasts, anything I can get my hands on. So I did a lot of research. So I would say honestly that as much went into researching what I'm going to do with this project as did writing it. It got to the point where like that's so important as a writer to like know now what am I going to do with it? I grew up painfully shy and networking for me is horrible. To tell you the truth, I don't enjoy it, but I really forced myself to do it. And I realized that I didn't really have to network. And when I stopped calling it that, it was so much easier. Like I like going and meeting people and I like talking about writing. I love talking about writing. And when I realized like that's all I have to do and other people want to talk to me about their writing. So that through that, people started saying, what are you working on? And I would say, oh, this or that. And I just started to meet people. And again, going through events of ISA and things, like I can't tell you how many people I've met that was like now are like just lifelong friends and people that networking are really, really made a great impact on me.